I kind of started thinking about this today.
Okay.
Hit me! And I didn't think of much.
Oh, nice.
But I was thinking about it on our thing. I was like, we could do something crazy. I actually...
something crazy.
I actually have a really good cold open brewing. It's in the works.
Okay. What does that mean? We just can't do it now.
Supplies aren't all here yet.
Oh. I was like thinking for a cold open that I could just walk in the room grittying, and then have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like the people that are like, my dad is widowing across the table right now, and like just gritty, and you'll be like, Emily is widowing across the studio right now.
Fuck. No, I don't be sitting on social media like you be sitting on social media.
It was like this TikTok of this girl. She had her dad's ashes in an urn, and she was like moving it across the table, and she goes, my dad is widowing across the table right now.
Stop it. Stop it. That is some dark shit. I love it. That is funny.
It was amazing.
That's funny. I'm going to say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
No. I don't know. I just don't be sitting on social media like that.
Recently I have because so I'm also on this conspiracy side of TikTok where I almost knocked that over where people have been saying like their Adderall isn't really working and their like Vyvanse isn't really working. They're like, it's so weird because within like my last refill I don't really feel the effects of my medicine. It's like, it's not doing anything, like whatever. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, dude, this past refill, I feel it for like an hour and then it just goes away. Like it's out of my system, whatever. And I was like, I think they're fucking up the dosage because of the shortage. So they're like not telling you. And then I saw this pharmacist and she made a video like literally in the like pharmacy that she works at. And she was saying how they've replaced like a lot of the like ingredients or whatever with like, it's normally like something salts and then they took the salts out. So it's basically like a diluted version of it, but they're not upping your milligrams. So it's like less. And I was like, that makes so much sense because the way that I cannot do more than about 20 minutes of work at a time now without doing something else. Today I actually took a moment. I was in the middle of editing a video and then I had all these ideas for merch. So then I just stopped editing the video like at my, real 9-to-5 job. And then I just started writing down all of these like merch slogan ideas. They were horrible. But I was like,
but in the moment you said genius.
I know. One of the ideas was a shirt that was just like a baby tee and just like in text message letters across the front. It says STFU, THX with a heart emoji. Like, why? Why was I like, that's the shirt, baby. That's the merch of the season. That's the merch of the season. I was like, what? And then the other one was the song like Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I was like, what if we just said girls just want to be left alone? Girls just want equal rights.
No.
That's when I paused my day to write down that was so important. I literally was vlogging it. And I was like, this is why I need my medicine.
You said bubble.
Yeah.
No, because the way that I was like, thinking of nothing.
You're like, what's the song or what's that sound where it's like, like old internet dial-up sound? It's like, like to turn on your computer. That's like what was playing in your head as you're like driving your route.
Yeah, it's like at the moment, like, and your whole like, and your whole day, like, you're just like, well, gotta sit here.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for this shit to load. That was me all day. Yeah. That's me every day. I'm not gonna fucking lie. And then you're like, I did all these things, blah, 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 like all these ideas, and I'm like, bro.
See, I do all of that, but in the least productive way possible.
The way I thought of two things today. Like, sometimes I genuinely think I have a man brain. I think sometimes I was supposed to be a boy, but my clitoris stopped.
Yeah. That shit did not grow. 10
No,
sizes
because
that day.
sometimes because like you know, I literally have 2 files brewing in my head.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like in an overthinking like moment of my life.
And then it's like that episode of SpongeBob where he forgets his name and they're like all running around. It's like, his name, what's his name? And that's like the inside of your brain.
That's the inside of the files when
all
when
the files.
when all the files are gone. Yes, that's literally my brain. Because this is the thing though. Like this is, you know, a part of me going to therapy, is like I either am overthinking to the max or I'm underthinking.
I just be not thinking.
I don't. Like, I can only think about, like, what's in front of me in this moment.
Yeah.
And I don't. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You said, yeah. Like,
But also, I feel like that's also a strength, right? Because, like, when you're not overthinking, you're only thinking about the here and now, which is, like, actually a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I think about the here and now so literally that it's like the now as in the one thing that I hear in my brain, boom, I switch to that. Like, I cannot just, like, focus in on one thing. And if I am focusing on one thing, it's, like, hyperfixation, like, obsessive. Like, I put stickers all over my entire laptop and took 3 hours to do it. Or I decided to take all of the clothes out of my closet and reorganize them by color. But then it's like, hey, put your dishes away. And I'm like, I can't.
no. No, because I genuinely, this is disgusting, but it's just life. Like, it's real.
Yeah.
I, like, could not get myself to clean my house for, like, 3 weeks. Like, I would, like, wipe things up and, like, it wasn't, like, just, like.
You were picking up. You weren't cleaning up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, then this weekend, it just, like, flipped. And I was like, you're like, want to do something? I was like, I have to clean.
Yeah.
I have to clean. And then, like, we did our thing. And then I came home and I completely, like, cleaned everything. And, like, I don't know. But then it was, like, now I'm just like.
Yeah. See, honestly, like, because my mom was here, I had to, like, deep clean beforehand.
Yeah.
And so since then, I've actually been really good. Like, the past, like, what has it been? 2 days? The past 2 days, she hasn't been
The
here.
past 48 hours, I've
been so good.
Excellent.
Like literally, I'll use like a cup, and then the moment I'm done using it, I put it in my dishwasher because that's how my mom is. She's like picking shit up, she's putting it away like the moment she's done using it.
I feel like
so,
you just like that's like a 30-year-old person.
Dude, I know, but
I'm
I
just
feel
not there
like
yet.
I'm slowly getting there, and then like once the like you know positivity and my brain wears off, it's over. It's back to the depressive mess.
I'm getting better at like leaving the cups out and not leaving like dishes just like sit on the coffee table because that's like very easy to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no, like before you go to bed, like you at least have to make them to the sink.
Yeah.
And then like
it would be hard for me like living like how you live, like 2 stories, because you can like just literally remove yourself like and just go to the other floor, where it's like for me it's like no, that shit's like all within, like my house is 700 square feet, so like you see it all.
No, because the way that like my downstairs was an absolute disaster. Like there was no part of me that wanted to be in my living room because I was like, and like, okay, to the average person it was just like, oh, you have a few things you got to pick up,
right?
But to me, like the way that my head was, like I couldn't do it. I couldn't get myself to pick anything up, but so I would just go to my room.
Right. You're like, I'll just avoid.
Yeah, and I would leave the lights off as I walked to go to the kitchen.
You like walk by with like blinders up, like I
was like a horse.
It doesn't exist.
I was like a horse just walking by with, I didn't see nothing.
Is that how horses' eyes are? I thought they were on the side of their head.
No, they put blinders on them, so they don't get distracted.
I was like, I've never seen a horse with eyes just like right in the front.
No, you dumbass. They literally put blinders so that they can walk straight.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Sometimes
why they have like mad ADHD?
I mean, when you like are using them to go on like a trail thing, I don't
You
think
don't
you
want
want them
them to get,
to
like,
see a
spooked or
bird like
something?
down the
Okay,
street.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I think so. I think that. And like I know like horse and carriage ones, like they got them on too because
they got that shit catcher.
They got a job to do. You
That
know?
shit was disgusting. You sit on the back of the carriage and it's just poop.
And then like all of a sudden it's like shit comes out.
Whoa, okay.
We paid extra for that
Nice. And then just sits there and you get to smell it the rest of the ride.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
kind of. Kind of. Welcome to Lancaster County. That's where I grew up. That should be nasty.
You said that's my neighbor's car.
That's
Don't be talking shit
that
on my
smells
neighbor's
like
car.
home,
Yeah.
bitch. Like, no, but like literally that's how it was, and it's just because like I don't know. Again, and like anxiety, overthinking. Like that's just like been my life the past couple months. But then it's like also I'm like, oh, either I'm like my brain is going like 10,000 miles a minute where like I'm over analyzing everything. Can't do nothing.
It's like it's a what is it called? Analysis paralysis, where it's like you're analyzing stuff so much that you like physically can't.
No. And then it switches way more happier, but I'm thinking about two things at a time. Like in the past 2 weeks, I've just been like in pure bliss in my brain.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nothing is getting done though.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, hey.
And you know what? I think
it's the little wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least there's something. At least I'm not like miserable. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like it's a catch-22 in my brain recently.
Exactly.
I don't know. And that's mental health for you.
Yeah.
Not that any of you asked for it because we did do
Actually,
a poll.
y'all said fuck mental
Yeah,
health.
y'all
we don't
said
want to
fuck
talk
mental
about
health.
it.
But we've been on our mental health kick recently between the both of us, so we were like, maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But no, so we put a poll out this past weekend about little topics that Emily and I were kind of thinking, or we've been like hearing from you guys that you want to hear from us.
Yeah.
And the winner was, what was it? Unpopular opinions.
Unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week we will be reading off some unpopular opinions that we have,
and we haven't shared with each other.
So we might have some of the same ones, just because, like, I mean, we do talk a lot, and we do share a lot of the same judgmental opinions.
Because Emily does put a lot of her judgmental opinions on me.
Okay, let's not act like I'm the only Debbie Downer in the room. Like, chill. Like, you're acting like I'm the one always complaining.
No, it's not complaining.
Yeah.
It's not a complaint.
Yeah.
You just find things before I would.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even in a bad way. It's just that, like, yeah, when you watch a video or something, you're gonna find the shit where I'm just that was a video.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, no.
Right.
Why were her toenails
Because
curled?
of my brain. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, doop.
Yeah.
If I don't know the punchline, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's all I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Nah, you ain't no W. No. Because bitch, I can get myself down too. Don't you worry. But anyway.
So yeah, we're gonna read our unpopular opinions to one another and then like gab about it like two gals do. But I will say up front, it is called unpopular opinions. Okay, so it's our opinion. You don't have to agree. You can disagree, but at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck because it's my opinion. So I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Like, whatever. If this applies to you, I'm sorry, but like, this is just my opinion, and it's unpopular for a reason.
Yeah, the point of it being unpopular is because not everybody agrees. Right?
Exactly.
That's literally the point of unpopular. That's fucking definition. So if it hurts your feelings, just click the 15-second button.
Yeah.
And move it along.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe you gotta hit it 3 times. I don't know.
This first one's gonna get the girls, so I'll just start it off hot.
Okay.
Not everybody looks good with lip filler.
I agree. And the reason I agree is because I've been watching Love Island this season.
Oh, God.
And their lip filler is horrible. And every single one of those girls.
Is that UK?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And every single one of those girls has lip filler. But, like, not the proper amount for their lips. They were like, oh, I'm going on national television. Give me 4 syringes.
Right. Like, I'm not going to be able to see my esthetician for a couple months.
Yeah. But then it also made me realize that guys don't know fucking anything because they did a kissing challenge where the guys were blindfolded. And the one girl who has the smallest lips with lip filler, still non-existent, said, oh, that girl had nice lips. I was like, bitch, y'all are dumb as fuck.
But also probably because they, like, didn't feel as, like... Well, I guess you said she did have lip filler.
Yeah, she has...
I was going to say, like, maybe they didn't feel as, like, fake or,
no,
like,
the
hard.
way that if she didn't have filler, she'd have no lips. It's like that.
My thing is, like, this is where my opinion comes with filler. I got filler before anybody was getting filler. Like, the moment Kylie Jenner got filler, I got filler. Like, that was just, like... I would always had an insecurity about my, like, gum. Like, I had a very gummy smile, so... I did it really early. I got a lip flip in like 2018, and then I got filler like late 2018, early 2019. And I will say, when I first started getting it, like I was getting like a decent amount, and like now I haven't had filler in like
a year,
a little over a year.
I
Yeah,
would say about a year.
And like I personally now, it definitely like alters the shape of whatever you put it in, so it's never gonna go back to normal. Like. People are like, it dissolves, whatever. Mine are way bigger than they were when I before. So now I think my lips look good because they're just like, they're not inflated. There's none of that like weird duck thing happening like that happens with all lip filler because it's just whatever. But there are some people who just do not look good with it. And for me, I was doing too much to where it was protruding my lips out further than my chin or than my nose. It was even with my nose. So what was happening is it was like sinking my face back and like making like my jawline that already is non-existent even less existent. So then I had to go pay to get fucking jaw filler. So I get the like pipeline of like lip filler to full.
It's like a gateway drug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I get it. But also like after it all dissolved, I was like, oh, the problem was the lips. Actually, it wasn't. It wasn't
also
the
think
face
it comes
shape.
down to some estheticians just overfilling lips and not doing. I think you have to be like
consultation needs to be done beforehand.
Yes, and I really think that like I understand if I'm paying for a syringe, you want the syringe, but like I just don't think. Like to your point, like some people just don't need the syringe. Like I think that you could still get filler in the proper way if you had the right person to like do it. But it's like the overdoneness where like some people was like, oh, you'd actually just look better if you had like a fourth.
Yeah.
Not a half.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And another thing I will say about filler is like I permanently have a fucked up like part in my lip now from it. And like there's nothing I can do about it. And like I've gotten it dissolved. It didn't do anything. Like it's still there. This like little hangover thing. And so that's another part of it that I regret. And I'm noticing with a lot of people, they have migration of their filler to like the bottom of their chin, the top part of their like between their nose and their lip, and their lips look lumpy. It's just like if you don't consult the right people and you don't go to the right people and you don't talk about it fully, which I don't think a lot of estheticians really have that conversation with you.
The first person I ever went to here, we did have a consultation and she was great. They just got really expensive, so I just never went back. But then the second place I went to, I literally walked in and she was like, what are your like lip goals? Like, what would you want to look like?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I told her, she said, okay, sit down.
Yeah, it wasn't like, so I had the same experience. Like the first time I went, actually like the first like 4 times I went. Cause like I said, I had been doing this since late 2018. And like every time it was really great. It was like, how are you liking it? And like, she was very honest with me. Like, you're not going to look good with this much filler. Like because of the roundness of your face, because of how small your nose is and how far back your chin is, she was like, it's just not going to look good. It's going to give you like a very baby face. Your proportions are going to be weird, like whatever. I appreciated that so much. And then I go to this, she leaves the practice and then a new girl comes in. She didn't even ask. She just started fucking going at it.
Yeah.
And fucked my lips up. And now I have this like permanent thing on my lips. And I'm like, I
mean, I do think if you got filler again, like it would even out probably. But like, do you want to go through that again?
But then it's like, yeah, I could do it again.
What if it adds to it?
And also like, it's just going to dissolve again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is like not filler. This is just my lip got stretched out.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if you had filler, like it could kind of like even that
totally
part out.
But it's like, do I want to like go down that rabbit hole for the next
10,
20 years of my life having to keep up with that?
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
that's how I've been like wanting to go get my lips redone. But I'm kind of at a point right now because like you and I had this conversation the other day.
Yeah.
About how like it definitely like made our lips just stretch just in general because you're putting something in that area
and your skin has to like readjust to it.
Right. So like now my lips are like I've gotten a syringe the past 2 years. Every time I went, I got a syringe. So I've had technically 2 full syringes in my lips within the past 2 years. But I'm now like, okay, I actually kind of like where they're at. But I like they don't feel as plump anymore just because I don't have the filler.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can maybe go get like a mini one where just like to like make them a little bit more fuller in that manner, but it's not gonna like add volume in that sense. So I'm like, okay, if I do it again, I'm not doing a full syringe. I'm scaling it back because I feel like honestly though I'm at a tipping point where like my lips genuinely don't need a full syringe at this point.
They definitely
they
don't.
would just need like a little bit of maintenance.
No, because it is really crazy how much it like actually does like change.
And you can go from like 0 to 100 really fucking fast when it comes to anything cosmetic.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on because we have a lot to say about all these topics. I guarantee it. Okay, this one might also hurt the girlies, but
can't wait.
Don't care. I'm gonna be real. This is something that Emily and I talk about all the time.
Oh God.
Okay.
I feel like I already know.
Weddings are stupid and a waste of time.
Wait, let let me read what I said.
It's a waste of fucking money for everybody involved.
I said weddings are unfair for the people who have to be in them, and nobody likes going to them.
No. Yeah, I said weddings are stupid and a waste of money for every person involved.
Yeah.
Because the people who are getting married, sorry, you're fucking wasting $30,000 on what? One fucking day. The parents that are wasting the money on it, the people that are in the bridal party wasting money on it, the people that are like taking the time to come to your wedding, wasting money on you for what? Because you fell in love?
Yeah.
What if it's not even love, but you're probably gonna get divorced in 5 years? To Greg.
My thing about the whole like wedding convo, which literally me and Kellen, call us what you want, call us the C word, call us salty, like I don't care.
Like, I don't know.
I don't care. Like I think it's so stupid. Like why are you having to prove? And it's not about proving, but I feel like it is. Like as somebody who is not engaged and whatever, I feel like it's this overproduced display of like what you want everybody else to think about your relationship, when in reality it's the most stressful, biggest fucking black hole of money. Nobody has fun. Like I'm sorry, but like unless you're related to the person getting married, it's not that fun. Like it's not a good time. And also the amount of fucking financial burden that you are placing on other people to fucking do what, be your cheerleader, I don't get it.
Like if I already love you in your relationship, you're already going to know I love you in your relationship.
Yeah, like I just think it's so like the narrative of like this huge just like money, like just dumpster fire makes no sense to me.
I've had a lot of like friends and family members get married in the past 2 years. Of course, as soon as I move away from my hometown, they all decide to get married. Fuck y'all. Love y'all, but fuck y'all.
Yeah.
So like even in that, like for me, like the traveling portion of it too is like that's just like an extra added expense. Saying. Not even just like being like buying the dress or whatever. Well, and like also there's a part of me where it's like you're not gonna miss those moments because it's still like I'm still gonna go to the bachelorette party. I'm still gonna go to the wedding. I'm still gonna do all those things because that's just what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
But it's like I genuinely just think that the world and society has made weddings so like out of hand. Like there's people that just get married just to have the wedding.
Yeah.
Not even just because they don't even like each other.
Right.
They just wanted to have a wedding.
Yeah.
And like people spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars on this. Like my cousin's getting married soon and her venue and the food itself is like over $20,000.
Right.
Like for what? Like I love you and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do our thing. But like at the same time, like it's about like you and your husband getting married.
Right.
In my opinion, we talk about this all the time, we just want to elope. Not me and Emily together, but we're just but I'm saying,
I mean,
like,
you never know.
Might come to that point.
Give us 30 years and we're still lonely and
bitch, I still got Leo. Yeah. Cat woman over here. No, but for real, like, because at the end of the day, it's like I understand how like one of your parents there, your like siblings, but like it's just expensive.
Right. And I think also like what's frustrating about weddings, and I feel the same way about when people get pregnant, but it's this whole like 17 fucking events for a one day thing.
So also
why do we have like
this goes into another one that I have too. It's like also like why just because you chose to have a baby or you chose to get married that I have to be out on funds and go to the parties and do all these things. But like as a single person, why can't we celebrate like me
my birthday
promotion?
for 7 days?
Why can't we celebrate my birthday because that's all I got?
Right.
Like why aren't we celebrating like our wins in our life, but like we're not supposed to, and it's supposed to be hushed because like we didn't get married, we didn't have a kid.
Right.
And our life is
you're
supposed
not
to, like,
you're not accomplished or fulfilled because our
life is supposed to be like on hold or like not as meaningful because we don't have those things. Like what?
Yeah.
I kind of like mine was like on the lines of like that was another unpopular opinion.
It's just like I'm sorry, but like you get one fucking thing. Like I get the bachelorette party. Like I understand if you're part of the bridal party, that's the thing that you do. But then I don't also need to come to a fucking wedding shower, and then I also don't need to like do X, Y, and Z.
Right, exactly.
And like it's so expensive for people, especially single people, because we do not live on a fucking dual income. Like we have our one income, and we have a lot of fucking bills to pay. So then to expect us to get you a present and then a shower gift and then also like the bachelorette whatever and then travel, my dress and then my airplane ticket that's gonna be $500. It's just like it's so much money for you to like never pay that back to me, because I at this point in my life am not getting married. I'm not having a kid. I'm not doing all this stuff. So like what are you gonna be like? And not that it's like a tit for tat type of thing, but at the end of the day, like, we're 25. We don't have all this fucking disposable income where it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think if I was 35, this would be a different story and I wouldn't care as much. But like the fact that we're so young and have no money.
I think that it's also just like the culture of like TLC, to be quite frank. Like having all those wedding shows and like all the things like be that extravagant and like parties and whatever it is.
Yeah.
Over the top. And I feel like every person just wants to like outdo the next person and outdo the next person.
And you're never going to outdo them. Like it's like
why is a wedding dress on average $3,000?
Yeah, no.
On average.
I don't get it.
Like what? It is one fucking day. Like my sister spent a decent amount of money on her dress. She looked fire as fuck, don't get me wrong. But like, where is it now?
Yeah.
It's still at the cleaners. Which is now probably at Goodwill.
I mean, not to out my mother, but like she had a whole wedding and got fucking divorced. So when her and my dad met, they literally just went to the courthouse on their lunch break in their work clothes with my older brother and then my dad's mom. And we're like, okay, sign the paper, leave. Because like they realized after doing it for one time, this means nothing. This doesn't mean that we love each other any less.
Also, it brings out the worst in everybody else around you. God. It doesn't even bring out the best in you and in the relationship that you're in that you're trying to like, I guess, promote.
Yeah.
like, for lack of a better term. Yeah. But like it ends up not even being about you too.
Right.
Like, and it just becomes a production. And I think that's where I'm like, it is a big money commitment to any wedding or any bridal shower or anything. But it's also just like, I don't know. At the end of the day, like I feel like it just like also loses its luster and like you too. That's the reason you guys are doing this.
Well, and also I think as women, like we get a lot of the burden placed on us when it comes to planning things, when it comes to whatever. And so I think a wedding especially, like the majority of the burden is placed on the bride if it's a heteronormative relationship, you know what I mean? And like that in and of itself is already unfair because it's like, okay, like let's care about this the same amount. But I also think the way society has brought up women to have getting married and having a kid as like the most important things that they could possibly fucking do in the world, that has also played into this like whole spectacle thing. Because it's like, that's all you get to look forward to as a woman in life is being married and having a fucking child.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not the reality that we live in anymore. And I kind of like over that like old school narrative and like, why are we still doing this?
Right. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like if I ever want to get married or I'm in a position to get married, like I would rather spend a decent amount of money on a sick vacation that like is a little bit more like higher class and is a little bit more like not our every like year vacation type thing.
Right.
Go do that.
Make a memory.
Yeah. Get married either there or we get married here and then go there as like the honeymoon or whatever and have it just be a little bit more like elevated than we would if we had a wedding. Because that's still
intimate,
that's still going to be, you can still do it in a more elevated way, like traveling and doing something really cool. And it literally be not even a fourth of what you'd pay at your wedding.
Yeah.
And get me a fat fucking ring.
Yeah.
Let's put something into like what's going to be forever.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like one day, who cares? But like, I think
my ring better be fat.
Yeah.
Like Sharon, if you had a fourth of a carat, but your wedding was like $50,000.
Okay, that's where it pisses me off.
Like,
because
bitch,
it's
come
like,
on.
It's like, yeah, exactly. But then that goes into like, okay, well, who paid for the wedding? Probably not the husband. Probably the girl's parents or whoever paid for it. It's just like, if you can't afford a really nice ring, maybe don't have a $50,000 wedding.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
And I like,
maybe that's judgy.
Exactly.
Maybe that's judgy.
It is judgy, but it's unpopular opinion. So like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
true. You're gonna hear it uncensored.
Sorry. Okay. Speaking of money, unpopular opinion, money can definitely buy you happiness. And I don't care what the fuck anybody says. And the only people who say that it can't have never been broke.
I agree.
Because let me tell you, all of my problems today, all of the problems that I have would 1000% be solved if I had money and financial freedom.
Yes.
Like I would have no problems.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would find more problems, but I would rather find more problems than experience these problems.
No, and because it's what you're in, what you know, and you don't know what those problems could bring. But I will say, like, I genuinely agree. I think that if you only know what it's like to have money,
exactly,
that's it. But I think that there's obviously two sides to all of it. But yeah, because all my problems, the only stressor, I literally had a nightmare last night about not being able to pay my mortgage.
Yeah.
And like in my brain, I woke up trying to figure out like, okay, this paycheck, this much, like, okay, but I have my student loans are coming up and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's all that's in my brain.
Yeah. No, because I was thinking the same thing because I have a friend coming in town like next weekend and my mom came in town last weekend and I was like, well, I feel bad because like I'm not going to have money to really do much with her. And she like understands and like, whatever, we're in the same boat financially. Like she literally booked this on points on Southwest. So it's not like she spent a bunch of money to like come fly out to visit, but like it was one of those things where it's like that sucks. Like I just want to hang out with my friend and like not be stressed out, but it's like I can't even do that.
Like the thought of getting a coffee, which at the end of the day it's just a coffee, it's $5, but like there be sometimes I'm like, oh, I only got $7.50 in my bank account.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no, actually, because the way that one of my friends asked me to go for dinner after the gym the one day, and I said I have $14.
Right. I said, and I don't want to owe you.
Yeah, and I said unless it's like one taco at Taco Bell,
yeah,
I can't go.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, let's get sushi. I'll buy. And I'm like, love ya.
Right.
But no.
Yeah.
Because like I hate to use my credit card. I never fucking use my credit card because I just
right.
I fucking hate it. But. And because, like, also, I'm like, if I can't afford it now,
I'm not going to be able to afford it
when the payments do.
And also, like, the interest going up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so if I can't afford it now, I can't do it. Right. And I was like, no. But it just sucks. Like, yeah, it does.
I feel like that's just such a rich person thing
and
to say.
And you know what? When we went in to go see Noel Miller at fucking, when he was doing his comedy show, he literally said, having money solved all his problems. Literally, so I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it because my boy came from the trenches.
No, that's like honestly, anybody who had no money or very little money to start out with always says money can definitely buy you happiness. Yes. Because it's always the people who've only ever known money that say that or have like copious amounts of money.
Yes.
Where it's like they have so much money that they create their own problems.
Well, yeah, because also now you're in like a different category of like elite and like,
yeah, like you're just not relatable.
Yeah, like, no, exactly.
Your problems mean nothing to me.
So I have one on a similar term.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so the people who wake up early and like work out or start whatever, you're not superior and you're not more productive.
I have always felt this way.
Like you're not.
Also,
because right now it's 8:01 p.m. on a Tuesday and we're still working.
Right. Also, like, you know what pisses me off about people who are like, oh, rise and grind and I go to the gym at 5:30 every day. I'm like, okay, well, you go to bed at 9:45. So like you're still living the same days as I'm living. You're still doing the same amount of time that I'm doing. What is the difference? You just decide that 5 a.m. is your time to work out. Good for you.
Cool.
Like, but you're still sleeping 8 hours.
But you're not superior.
But yeah, and also like they're definitely these type of people definitely are the type of people who like cannot go to bed without 8 hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. Where it's like other people who like have fucking souls and aren't psychopaths, like you're probably running on 5-6 hours of sleep every night, like, and still doing the same shit that these people are doing, and they're like bragging about it. And it's like, okay, cool. Do you want a stamp of approval because you went to the gym at 5 a.m.? Like, what do you want?
I guess, I guess because like, listen, I hate it. I hate like, and I love listening to podcasts. But I fucking hate the people who go onto podcasts and they're like, how did you become successful? Like I listen to like a lot of like business like type podcasts or like people who are like, I love like motivational type stuff. That's
right,
like
where they're like, here's how I made my first million, or here's how I did it.
Or like road to financial success, or how to get into this, whatever. I love listening to stuff like that. I hate the people when they have them on. They're like, well, what I first started doing is I started waking up earlier in the morning because I just realized I could just like wake up, start my day, do things without the kids, which is fine. I think if you have kids, it's also like maybe a little bit different because it's like you actually have time away from them in that moment. Yeah. As a single person, shut the fuck up. But like I hate when they're like, oh no, so I can like start my day early and get everything done that I need to get done, and then when like 8 a.m. comes around, like I can be like ready to go for the day. Like, well, bitch, Sharon, I woke up at 7:30 and I'm still ready by 8.
Yeah.
Like, and especially the way that we work today.
I was about to say, and a lot of the whole like rise and grind culture is like a very like privileged way of thinking, because that is assuming that you have like the time to do that. Like, and that's what pisses me off too about a lot of like fitness or like financial like influencer guru type people is like they are never talking about the fucking normal person who has to work 8 12, 14-hour shifts, who has to like, you know, take care of their kids, who has to like, you know, whatever. Like they're talking about the single dude that lives in his apartment that's making $70,000 to $100,000 a year is able to just work for 7-8 hours a day and like has nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the normal person in today's society, like there's no time to do like the whole narrative that everybody has the same 24 hours in a day is not fucking true. Like it's not.
No, because also I feel like for me, like I'm not a morning person. I have never been a morning person. So like to wake up early and do anything, it's just not happening. But I would rather stay up till like 12 p.m., get my shit done, and then go to bed. Because if I'm going to bed thinking I need to wake up and do X, Y, Z, I cannot sleep. So like also, I don't know.
That's why I feel like it's such a privileged take, because it's like you have the fucking time to just be like, I'm just going to go to bed at 9:45 and wake up at 5:30 in the morning and whatever.
But and like, again, it's okay if that's what you think.
Right.
Because you might just be a morning person. You're not a night person. That's okay. But you're not superior to me.
Yeah.
I'm still working and it's 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
like what? Like it doesn't matter. It's just the time that you choose to work. And also, it's not like people are on business calls right now trying to like get a hold of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so it's still the same time that you're speaking about at 5 a.m.
right,
as it is at 8 p.m. You know what I mean? It's just like you just chose to, you start winding down at 8 p.m. and you go to bed by 9.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Yeah.
That should be pissing me off.
I mean, some weeks I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, do all that stuff, and then we still do this at 8 p.m. at night.
Thank you.
So like if anybody deserves a medal, it's me, bitch.
Right.
Just kidding.
I wake up and I do it all over again.
Yeah. Okay, this one is like, I'm gonna go to this one next because my other one's kind of stupid, but I feel like this one's like, I really am passionate about this. No social media should be private. If you don't want your life online, don't have social media. And this is honestly, I have never really cared about this until TikTok. But the lack of accountability that app has and just allows leechy fucking horrible people to just linger and just comment the most vile, disgusting shit and have no accountability because their account is private and they don't have a username that has their name in it or their profile picture. That's bullshit. Like, if you're going to say that with your fucking chest, put your name in front of it and put your face in front of it. I'm tired of this private social media. Social media in the name is a public thing. Why is it private? You shouldn't be allowed to do it if you're gonna not like fully stand behind everything that you're saying.
I agree.
Like, it's just stupid. And like,
but also I think that things are like private, and I feel like TikTok's like the kind of, it's like more of like our generation type app where like you really don't see as many private accounts on TikTok as you would on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, but that also comes with like our generation kind of like running that, where like Facebook is like our parent generation. We were like, oh my God, what is my work gonna say? And like everything, like literally you can't even see the profile picture on that shit. And then Instagram is like, oh, just like the pictures are like locked because it's more like millennial.
But also what pisses
like
me off about Instagram is like, you shouldn't be allowed to tag people in a fucking photo if they're private, because what's the point of that? Like, how am I supposed to creep on your fucking hot friend if he's private? Like, make your shit public.
No, honestly, yeah, because like, first of all, yeah, what are you really putting on there that's that bad that you like?
That's what I'm saying. Like if I don't get it. What is the point of it being private? Like solely so you like your grandma doesn't see it? Like, I don't get the point, because especially Instagram, it's just photos of you. I don't get it.
And to be also, there's a block feature.
Right, that's
so
what I'm
like
saying.
If you don't want grandma to see you, just block the shit.
Exactly. Like, I'm just confused
because
like,
the way that like you can block people from your stories, so like they can still see your account,
yeah,
but they can't see your stories.
Right.
You can also do that.
Right.
So like, I think there's ways around it, but yeah, I actually kind of agree with that, because like there's honestly, in my opinion, there's like nobody is that valuable, especially on social media, that like you can't have your shit out there.
No, and my thing is, if it's like, oh well, I don't want my 12-year-old daughter, then fucking don't let her have social media. Don't
post
Instagram.
her.
Yeah, stop posting your kids on Instagram if you don't want people like to fucking know your kids and whatever. Like, and that's a whole nother thing for me. I think it's weird as fuck when people like post about their kids and whatever without like them being able to say yes or no. But I don't know, social media should be public, and if you have a private account, I don't think you should be able to have social media.
Facts.
Because what are you hiding?
Literally nothing. Literally nothing.
Like, you're not that interesting. Like, just make it public.
You're Kathy from South Carolina. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
If you're going to tell me that I'm ugly and fat, say it to my face. Like.
Say with your chest.
Exactly.
Okay. This is like my last like serious one. Is being lonely is the most amazing gift you could give yourself. I genuinely think that like.
Wow. That had like some like snaps behind it.
Thank you.
That's like poetry.
Thank you. I genuinely think that though. Like,
yeah, for real.
Taking time away from like dating and like even just like friends.
Yeah.
And like when moving and changing all of that and like not having family around and like just it really helps you discover yourself and who you are and what you want to be and like where you want to go in life. And just like sitting with yourself and just becoming like a better you.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that everybody should have a point in their life where they're lonely. And I think that society makes that hard though, because if it's looked upon as a negative thing.
Yeah. Like,
and it's not negative.
You're a loser, you're an
all.
outcast, you don't have any friends, like whatever. But like in reality, it's like, it's the most like, yeah, introspective, like, and also like fulfilling thing that you can do. I mean, we've talked about it all the time, but it's just like the amount that we've changed in the past year, even just like knowing each other. Like we were two different people when we met than we are now. And it's been little under 2 years. You know what I mean? And so like that growth that we've had would never have been possible if we were both in relationships, if we were both had 3 roommates or like our parents were right next door or like whatever it is, like that would never have happened.
I just think that like there's a lot of people that go from high school relationship into and like big group of friends and like whether you have friends or it's a relationship, most likely both, and then you go to college and it's like an even bigger group of like guys and girls, whether you're dating or you're not dating, but it's always like an interactive thing. Like being in college, like you're always around somebody, and then you get out of it and it's like boom. Like
it really is.
You're
like,
not in a place where like you're gonna just have people that want to be friends with you because they need it as well.
Right.
Like you've always been gifted friends and gifted people around, and then you leave and you get in the real world. That's not real. But also I think that like realizing that like as you grow and as you change, like your friends are gonna grow and your friends are gonna change, and like also just like having a significant other from college, like is that really who you are at 27? I think some people, yes. Right. I think some people do meet their match and it's amazing and kudos to you. Maybe I'm just jealous. But like also at the same time, like, do you know yourself?
Yeah.
Because like if you've never had time alone because you went from your high school relationship, y'all broke up, go right into college, meet somebody, and you've been dating and now you're married, which love my sister, but that's just her story.
Right.
Like, do you know yourself? And I've actually told my mom this, and I'm sorry to my sister if you're listening and you're hearing this for the first time. But like I've actually said to like my mom, and I'm like, sometimes I like feel bad.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely love her husband and I wouldn't want her to be with anybody else. Like don't get me wrong. But sometimes I'm like, I feel bad because I feel like she never got the opportunity to just like go and do life.
Right.
Like I picked up and I moved across the world. I moved to a whole nother state. I did different things. I travel all the time. Not anymore because of money, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I've just been able to like have the freedom to just go and live and see things.
Right.
And then like, not that she's not happy. And that's one thing my mom always is like, but that's her happiness. And that's okay. That's great. I'm happy that she found that. But also I'm like, but like, haven't you thought about like just wanting to like,
right.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just can't fathom like you not like,
right.
I don't know.
I think I mean, I feel similarly. Like I have a younger brother he's only 2 years younger than me, and we're really close, but he's like a girlfriend guy. Like he always has girlfriends, and the girlfriends normally are like, you know, more long term. And so his previous girlfriend, he was dating in like end of high school into like early college, and then like his girlfriend now, who's like, she's awesome, but they started dating within weeks of that breakup, and they're together now, and like he's just starting his career and all of this stuff, and you know, whatever. And it's not saying that like I think it would be better either or, but I'm just saying like I always, the same way that you feel bad, I feel bad because I know that there is so much more you can learn about yourself when you allow yourself to just fully be you and to fully And I really think that you can get there in a relationship.
Yeah.
But I really think that it's hard if you haven't already got there alone.
Yes.
You know, so it's like,
and I think it also depends on the partner you're with.
Totally.
Because like, to be honest, like my sister's husband is the most goofy, freeing person and like genuinely makes her a better person.
Right.
Like he, like when you like think like yin and yang, like they're very different, but like together it just like works. Like he's so like loose and doesn't get like, not that he doesn't give a fuck, because he gives a fuck about things that like just aren't like real. Like, to be completely honest,
lizard people and
but then like she's like very high strung in areas, so like it is good, and like it has like helped her, and I think has helped him, but also like to that point, like, but do you know also, who you are alone?
But also it's like you say all these like positive and amazing things that are definitely true, but also like you just would never know the other version of her.
Exactly. And I love her and I love him and I like wish them nothing but like amazing things, but you know what I'm saying, like it's just that like maybe it's just me having been single since, honestly, it's not like I dated people in like college and stuff, but like my like last serious relationship was high school. Yeah. And like I'm not even sad about it.
No. Also, like,
not that I didn't have the opportunity. I literally was just like, no. Yeah. Like, it's not worth my time.
No, I totally get that. But like, yeah, I feel the same way. And even my older brother, like, my sister-in-law, she's awesome, but like they both were like in relationships basically right before they met each other, fell in love, got married, have kids, and like he'll like, I don't know, it's almost like his mentality about life is like he has all these amazing ideas and like, but he will never go do them. Like he's always like, oh, other people should do this and da 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 da, and I'm like, well, why don't you just do it? Yes. But it's almost like because he never allowed himself to like really feel out like the risk and like all of this other stuff, it's like I feel like he just never will.
No, I agree.
That makes sense.
I agree. So I will say, if you've always been happy in your relationship, I'm happy for you, because I don't want to like come at you and be like, oh, you're so wrong, but also like,
but I think the way that we know this side and don't know that side, they don't know this side.
I agree. I do agree. And but I also like, to our girlies who have been like single for a long time and feel like you should have your person or like you should have that friend group, like no, because honestly you're going to become the best version of you to have better friends and have a better relationship. Not saying that those people don't have good friends and a good relationship. I'm just saying. Right. Like I just think that it's just like, I don't know. The more you find yourself and look inward, the more things are going to happen.
And also the higher standards you have for relationships and for friends and for everything else, because like you're like, okay, yeah, I really know what I fucking want now.
That's what I was getting
to. And all of that, I don't really care for anymore.
You put into words what I was trying to convey.
Exactly. Okay. This last one is just like a fucking personal experience that I had like yesterday. But I think that you should have to retake your driver's exam every 20 years. And then after the age of 65, you should get your license taken away. Because old people should not be able to drive.
That's so niche. That was so niche, but I agree. Because let me tell you. So I was driving home from the gym the other day. And this man literally, thank God, this one so I was on Church Street going back towards like downtown and like, you know where like Play is? Yes. And you know how like the one side of the road in front of Play is like bigger because like the buses sit there?
Yeah. So it has like that like parallel
right, so it still has 2 lanes. Let me tell you, thank God there was no buses over there, and thank God that they had that extra lane, because I was in the extra lane because this man pushed me over. Yeah. And I went all northern on his ass. Let me tell you, I was fucking honking. My fucking window was down. I was fucking.
You like get up to his.
I dead ass. I'm not playing. If you're watching this right now, I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you." I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like out my fucking window, like screaming at him.
You said, if you're watching this right now, old man who definitely does not know how to use a fucking iPhone or a computer and doesn't know what a podcast is.
It is Lexus. He looks at me, he started waving. I said, "No, fuck you." I was so mad. I'm still pissed.
No, it's never like young.
He fucking waved at me, bro.
Always like old people who are just so fucking clueless, like about everything. Also, like,
and they think they rule the road.
No, and also they're just horrible drivers. Like, I love my dad to death. The way this man has digressed in his ability to drive a fucking car, he doesn't even use a lane anymore. He just drives between them. He just drives straight between them. Though he goes from accelerating to slamming the brake. He swerves in and out of people, and then it constantly just complains about everybody else who's driving. I'm like, no, you're the fucking problem.
See, sometimes I think that I'm the problem when I drive because I'm like a fast driver, and like truthfully, it comes from just like doing it all the time.
Yeah.
So like, whatever. But then I think you might be the problem. Like if you're blaming everybody else, it's probably you in every case scenario.
Exactly.
In life.
like that. I don't know. But my thing is like I checked the average length that people live now, because it's gotten a lot shorter because the world's dying and everybody's getting sick and whatever. It's about 76.5 years on average you got. If you're over 65, like, just take the fucking bus or, like, Uber. Like, just quit it.
I think there's a part of it where I think over 65, you could still have your license, but you have to, like, prove that you're able to still have it.
It's there's also, I feel like there's levels of your license. Like, past 7:45, stay off the fucking road.
Yeah. Like, rush hour is not for old people.
No. If you are retired, if you are claiming Social Security, stay at home.
Yeah, during rush hour, you get to go out. You can actually leave your house at around like 6:30, 7 o'clock for dinner.
Yes,
and that's it.
Yes, like I do not drive from 4 o'clock till 5:30.
But also, I feel like they have to take like a test. Like, are you with it mentally?
That's why I said do it every 20 years.
I need to see your reaction skills. I need to see your reaction. I'm saying over 65. Like, in order to keep your license, we need a mental test and we need to see your reaction skills. Like, you're like,
you need a visual test.
Yeah,
bitch. Half these people cannot see. Yeah. I swear to God, I drove.
Honestly, hearing too.
Yeah, I drove up to this guy the other day and we were like at a stoplight and he was like literally like in my lane. Like I don't know what he was doing. He was the first car up, but like over in the other lane, so like I couldn't get up to the line. And I look at him and he's like fucking chest to the fucking steering wheel, like barely can see, Coke bottle, thick ass glasses. I'm like, he should not have a license. He's going to hurt somebody. He doesn't even see the lane. He doesn't even know where the lines are.
Yeah,
old people don't need to drive.
I agree.
And when I'm old, fucking put me on the fucking bus. I don't care. Don't let me drive because I already can't see right now.
I'm clipping this. I'm clipping that. Because I know when we're in a fucking home together, your motherfucking ass is gonna be like,
give me my car keys to my Honda.
Yeah, I'm like, bitch, you sold that car 30 years ago. And you're not gonna be able to see on either eye. Because you're gonna stress the other one out.
I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, man, my vision's gotten really bad. She's like, I don't think you should be able to drive at night. And I was like, you're probably right. Because that astigmatism be astigmatizing. Everything looks like a firework. All the lights. I'm like, All
right. So this one I think that you might not agree with.
Okay.
And I'm okay with it. And it's kind of silly.
Okay. A little goofy.
A little goofy goof to end it. But hot drinks are garbage. Any hot drink.
I agree with you.
Fucking trust me. The only reason I said that is because you drink like hot coffee. You drink it black and hot.
Well, I prefer cold brew, but I'll drink black coffee. The only hot coffee I like is pure black coffee.
Okay, I agree. No, I don't agree. I agree with that's how you drink it. I didn't agree for myself.
Like, I don't prefer hot coffee though.
No, I'm sorry. Every hot drink is straight fucking ass. Okay, like you take 2 sips of it. Like in the winter, it's like, oh, let me get some hot chocolate and walk around in the fucking snow.
Hot chocolate sucks.
Bitch, unless it's made with milk. Unless it's made with milk.
No, that even sucks. Chocolate milk is superior. Like, just drink chocolate milk.
Bro, the way you're gonna take 3 sips of it and throw that shit away.
Also, why does all hot drinks give me a stomach ache?
Why are they just too hot?
Yeah.
Why when you drink tea, the only time I ever drink anything hot, I will say, is if I drink hot tea when I'm sick. But why does it go from 175 degrees to lukewarm in a second, bitch? What?
No, the only hot tea that I really like is this tea that my cousin got me, and it's like this specialty tea. Like it's like there's like flowers and shit. It's beautiful and it tastes insane. Yeah, you would like it. But that's fucking rare. That's like 1 in 10,000 teas that taste better hot.
But still, are you gonna finish it? Are you gonna finish the cup? Because that's
only this one.
Because that's my other thing about it is
But I gotta go microwave it 6 times.
Right. And you might enjoy a hot drink, but do you ever finish it? Because I even feel like that comes out like, I was thinking about this earlier when I was thinking about my own proper opinion. I was like, okay, but people have arguments. Okay. So let's think about some hot drinks. Hot cider.
No, hot cider is fucking gross.
A fall classic.
Ugh.
A fall classic. I'll give it to you. But when you buy the cup, You can't tell me you're finishing it.
No.
You were either splitting it with somebody, you took 3 sips and you threw it away. Like, you're not drinking it.
Yeah, but you know what I could finish in fucking one swig? A cold-ass glass of apple juice.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, just have that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every cold drink.
No, you know what's even grossest of all? Hot cocktails. Why
are they hot? Why are they hot? What the fuck is hot toddies?
No one needs a hot
Cheryl.
cocktail.
Wrap it up.
No.
If you are drinking a hot drink, that is called alcoholism.
Yeah, that shit's disgusting. Also, my older brother, for like 2 Christmases, made this, like, it's called mulled wine, and it's like,
oh yeah, you like warm it.
Yeah, it's like it's like red wine, and then it's essentially like sangria, but hot,
but warm,
but with cinnamon and cloves and star anise.
Yeah,
it is the most vile, disgusting thing I've ever had in my entire life.
What I will say, he probably made it like shit. I have had it before. It's not bad. But are you finishing it hot? No, you're not.
And it's such a waste.
That's my thing.
Like, just drink red wine. Like, I don't get it. Like,
red
wine is already room temperature. Like, why are you heating it?
No, so that's my thing. Like, you might heat it, but you're not even drinking it hot because you're waiting for it to get to room temperature anyway to drink it. Like, that's the thing about hot drinks is they're not. You don't. Well, do you
like soup? I love soup.
I don't mind a soup. Okay. I don't mind a soup because I don't think that that's like a drink.
But you're not like quenching your. That's it. That's the reason. It doesn't quench your thirst.
No. But
so I was like, why am I drinking it?
You can't tell me that any version of a hot drink isn't better cold.
No, because even this like tea that I'm thinking about in my head, I think it would fucking slap iced.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's so good hot, but in my head, I'm like, I think it would be better iced.
There isn't a time that the cold version of the drink wouldn't be better.
Yeah.
Every single scenario, it will be better.
Coffee.
Especially.
Coffee is so much better cold.
Especially.
Coffee is so much better cold.
No, I don't understand that.
I agree with you on that one.
I wasn't sure how you were going to take it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that could have gone 2 ways.
I stand. No, you know what? No, you know what? Fuck you. I love my shit hot.
I didn't know. I know that you normally have like water or you have your Starbucks refresher. So I know that you're more on the cold side.
Yeah.
But also there are people out there that just really stand by their hot drinks.
My mother is one of them. I think she would take a hot tea over anything. This woman she made me buy her chamomile tea for her when she came to visit me. She used the same tea bag. She used the same tea bag 4 times in a row, just filling the cup up with water and reusing it and re-drinking it.
Kara, sweetheart.
So talk about somebody who, a cheapskate through and through. Like, bitch.
We are broke, but we aren't that broke.
Also, I bought a whole pack of teas. She left.
What are you going to do with it?
She left like 18 tea bags.
Take them to Cabo with you. Put them in the carry-on.
If this bitch sips tea in fucking hot-ass desert Mexico, that's another level of commitment.
Well, if her choice is a hot drink,
you know she will.
My thing is if you're going to, you can't pick and choose when to be a hot drink.
That's how it is with cold drinks too. Like, I'm going to drink it in the winter.
Exactly. I will drink a slushie right now.
Exactly.
Iced coffee every day.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. My sister got me my Nespresso, but I wanted it solely so I could make iced lattes.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, even like the only time I feel like I ever really get hot drinks is when it's like cold outside and I'm walking and I just want to hold it, but I never finish it.
But again, you don't finish it, and you have cold. 3 sips, and you're there for the aesthetic. It's not because you actually enjoy it, and that's what I want people to start telling themselves. I want people to
just tell the damn truth.
That's what I'm saying. You don't actually like hot coffee. You like the aesthetic of the hot coffee,
right?
Because you wait for it to get lukewarm on your desk, and then you still drink it anyway.
Yeah, and then it kind of just tastes like shit.
But that's when you drink it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I thought about this today, and I got heated in the car by myself. So I'm happy we had this conversation.
All right. Well, I think that's all that I had. I had one more, but it's stupid. So
I have one more too that's stupid as well.
Yeah.
We could just do them real quick and not discuss.
Okay. High-waisted jeans are not for everybody.
And
me included. Like, they don't look good on me.
I can agree that they're not for everybody.
Yeah.
I think they're good on me. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But like certain people look worse.
But this is good because my next one you ain't gonna agree with.
Okay.
Cheese and dairy products are way too hyped up.
No, they're not. Well, that's just because you can't eat it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've done life since high school without dairy products.
Yeah.
I'm living.
Yeah.
Do I think that?
But if you didn't have the allergy, would you make the same decision? No.
Maybe not.
You would be indulging.
Maybe not. But what I'm saying is that's because I'm on the other side of it. And I understand that life is still amazing without it.
Yeah.
Do I think that sour cream at Chipotle would it enhance my bowl?
The way I just you know what I've been doing recently? Guilty pleasure. I'm going to admit it. Okay. We're not all perfect. Okay. I one of my favorite snacks is a little bowl of sour cream and a ramekin and then some Doritos. And I just eat it like dip.
See,
and I'm not better than anybody else, but let me just say that's a guilty pleasure I have.
I'm not even gonna lie. I love a good dip. I'm here for some dip action. I'm not even gonna lie.
I had a grilled cheese for dinner.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think that it enhances dishes.
Yeah.
Okay, but the way that people hype dairy products up, like they put their whole Badoosie into that, and I'm not about that. Only because I'm on the other side,
right?
Where I'm like, yes. Could I agree with you that cheese might make this taste better? Yes, but it's also fine without.
Yeah.
It's also good without.
And the thing is, for me, it's absolutely horrible without. Because I'm so used to cheese being on everything.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like all these fucking milk substitutes. I made a TikTok about this. If you give me a fucking recipe and has almond milk in it, get the fuck out of here. I don't want it. That's disgusting.
The way that I actually have to search for that.
Yeah, but the way that is bad. And like when they're like, it tastes just like mac and cheese. I was like, how many years has it been since you had macaroni and cheese? Because this tastes like dog shit.
No, because I will agree.
It doesn't taste like mac and cheese.
I will agree.
It tastes like cashews.
There are times when my opinion is now skewed.
Yeah.
Because it's been several years since I've indulged in the dairy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, within this past several years, have there been mishaps? Yes, because it's life. But the thing is like when I get my coffee through the drive-thru at Starbucks and I have one sip and I know it's a little bit too creamy, I say that ain't it.
Yeah.
And I have to move on, and that's just life. But
it tastes better.
But I'm just saying, I didn't ever say that it doesn't taste better. Okay. I'm saying that they're just like way too hyped up. Like people are just like too excited about dairy and put dairy in everything.
Yeah.
I'm saying that like you can
thank the government for that with that got milk propaganda.
That's what I'm
choked
saying.
Down our throats like from the age of 5 to 20.
I'm not saying that the dish wouldn't be better with or without the dairy. All I'm saying
it's definitely not better for your waistline.
All I'm saying is that dairy is way too hyped up.
Yeah.
Being on the side that I'm on.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can agree with you there.
That's it.
But I do think it's the best. It's the best category of food.
But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed Unpopular Opinions. You guys asked for this a lot on like every little questionnaire we do.
Which is funny because I feel like they're just floated in all of our episodes.
We just give you our opinions. Whether they're popular or not, we're giving them. Yeah. That's the point of this podcast. Legit. It's a place for us to express our opinions.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like the men podcast, but for girls.
Yeah.
That's it.
We just have vagina.
We just entertained you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Top G's. The top V's.
I don't know if I liked that.
The top P's?
I don't know if I liked that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think you should redact that statement. But anyway, thank you guys for writing in and voting for this episode. It was definitely a lot of fun to think of and make for you guys. So thank you guys. We love interacting with you. But on that note, thank you for listening to another episode of Society 97. My name is Kellen. You can find me at KellenByK on Instagram.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn at Starnsy. Imagine if my LinkedIn was Starnsy. That would be crazy.
You can find my LinkedIn at KellenByK. You might want to go check that one out. It's going to be shocking.
You can also follow the podcast on LinkedIn as well.
Oh my god, we're fucking this up.
You can follow the podcast on TikTok at Society97pod, and you can follow us on Instagram at Society97.pod. And yeah, DM us more ideas that you want us to talk about on the show, because it makes our job a lot easier.
And we love it.
Yes.
Also, we have our YouTube channel at Society97. Just fucking put it in the search bar.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking be smart and don't be a piece of dumb dude.
Every single Tuesday we put out vlogs, and every single Friday we do the video version of the podcast. So make sure to like and subscribe and do all the things over there. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.